mysterious ways, and here I am, you know, because I'm just such a huge proponent for this technology. All right, so enough with the talk. We're going to jump right into our discussion today on breaking down each of the different patches. All right, so first is the X39. Okay, guys, you know, I don't want anybody to think that this is a magic bullet and it just does everything. It helps with everything. It improves everything. But it's kind of true. The X39, as I mentioned before, it raises a molecule called GHK copper peptide. These copper peptides are hot right now, guys. They're one of the big research topics in biomedical science. Dr. Lauren Picard has an amazing wealth of information about what this does for your body. Technically, from a scientific standpoint, this patch biohacks your body into being younger, okay? It does so by raising this GHK copper peptide molecule that goes into the nucleus of the cell and begins to influence the way your genes are processed on a daily basis to make proteins and enzymes and so many different components that are all about improving cellular function. And so on a cellular level, these patches, this particular X39 patch does so many different things to make sure your cells are functioning properly, all right? So from cells to tissues, right? So when you have a conglomeration of cells that are operating in a particular way for a particular function, they are tissues. When your tissues come together and they're working in alignment for a particular function, for a particular process, that's what we call organs, right? And then organs work together with other components of organs to make organ systems. And then that's when you start to notice on the surface, these things start to happen, right? You start to feel more vibrant. You start to have a different pep in your step. You sleep better. You have more energy. You have more memory, focus, clarity, all of these good things. Your organ systems start to work more appropriately. So this is primarily happening because X39 helps for stem cells to be recruited, activated, and initiated to do so many different things. And stem cells, guys, again, we could talk for weeks and weeks and weeks about stem cells. Stem cells actually are the most primitive cell in the body. They're capable of morphing into adult tissue types, all right? So wherever you're having a challenge, these stem cells are going to be recruited and they're going to go in and find a way to rebuild, repair, and regenerate that area. All right. So very, very exciting, cutting edge stuff. In my opinion, my humble professional opinion, this is the baddest mamma jamma in the stem cell industry right now. You'll have a bunch of different people telling you a bunch of different stuff, but for just $149.95 retail, this 30-day supply of patches does wonders in comparison to a $5,000–$6,000 injection of stem cell or some sort of oral supplement or some of the other more common stem cell products on the market. So this one is really dynamic and I have not found any other one better, okay? Number two is it's